Hello everyone, I'm Anandarup Bhadra. I'm a teacher and an educator. Today I'll be talking about project we've been doing since 2020 after lockdown. When we stopped walking the streets, what happened to the street dogs? My co-authors are Rohan Sarkar and Dr. Anandarup Bhadra from the Dog Lab at ISF Kolkata. First, we must consider who these street dogs are. More appropriately named free-ranging dogs are the large portion of dogs which are not pets among the domestic dogs. They live on the streets, fend for themselves, have a more autonomous life than the pet dogs. They can interbreed with other canids. Their principal mode of acquiring nutrition is scavenging and begging. They appear in groups or solitarily, and they often seek human proximity, especially during denning. They are highly adapted to live among humans, following human gestures, and are clearly capable of following human intentions. Dogs share common ancestors with the modern grey wolves and are still capable of producing fertile offspring with other canids. So, as uh, different as we might think our pet dogs are from the other canids, these stray dogs are somewhere in between the two. And given that they live in a wide range of resource availability, their behavior has to be very plastic, and in fringe areas they hunt and become a menace for conservation. It is known that their aggression is context dependent. For example, in times of feeding or during parent offspring conflict, aggression is visible, whereas normally they are not as aggressive. Due to the pandemic and the ensuing lockdown, it has been quite a trying time for us, but it presents a unique opportunity to see how resource distribution may affect the behavior of these dogs. Because of low human mobility, eateries are closed and diffuse trash is probably less. It is possible that because of this, dogs may have to migrate more often or they might show aggression. This leads us to our questions. Has food availability changed due to the COVID-19 related lockdowns? Does this affect the aggression in free-ranging dogs? In fact, does change in resources affect their migration? And does the resource distribution induce hunting in free-ranging dogs? Since April 2020 to May 2021, we continued very in-depth survey with 121 questions in 6 segments. It was an online survey, so it was self-paced and it avoided the biases of uninterested responders. The questions were neutrally worded and we took care to not present any judgment for any particular choice. Using the preliminary analysis from this, we created a more focused survey and started this extended survey from June 2021 to present day. It had only 20 questions. Besides this, we also asked for 10-minute video recordings of feeding, foraging, or other interactions that people might observe in free-ranging dogs. And we collected the videos through social media. The project is called #Bonker Scavengers, and you can follow it in our website or our social media. What did we ask during these surveys? We divided the survey into two parts, during and after lockdown, and we focused our questions on four broad topics, namely feeding, as in the modalities of feeding by humans, or observations of scavenging and hunting by the responders. We also wanted to see the various contexts in which aggression may be observed, and we wanted to see if migration in terms of appearances or disappearances of single or groups of dogs was occurring. Finally, we wanted to see dog-human interaction as observed by the people. We used the first survey to characterize the feeders who were volunteering to feed stray dogs during the lockdown, besides targeting it to a wider audience. In the second survey, we focused our questions on these broad topics exclusively. So our preliminary results from the initial survey has been compiled from 332 responses till June of this year. Some basic results are that dogs are more likely to be aggressive towards other dogs than they are to be towards humans. Dogs are equally likely to receive a positive interaction from other dogs as they are from humans. Now, chasing or attacking other animals is common, with 60% of responders having noticed at least one such instance. While hunting or eating other animals is rarer, it has increased from 20% from before lockdown to 25% after lockdown. Since the observations were taken over a long period of time with lockdowns in the middle and then a period of no restrictions on movement, the effects were properly diluted, and we focused our attention on the extended survey to get better distinction between the two phases. From our extended survey, out of 244 responses, 196 were from areas which are under partial or complete lockdown. And from these, we are seeing that uh, areas where lockdown is imposed show reduction in the amount of dogs not receiving food. There is also a decrease in the number of disappearances of dogs or appearances of dogs. On the other hand, aggression towards other animals seems to increase when lockdowns are imposed. Aggression towards humans overall increases, which is largely due to aggression towards unfamiliar humans. When lockdowns have been lifted and we get sufficient data from areas which are not under any kind of restrictions, we should be able to complete our analysis of both the initial survey and this extended survey. We have also to analyze the crowdsourced videos, and after all of that, we want to do statistical tests to confirm our results. So with that, thank you.